The prototypical modern center back is an aggressive, explosive athlete built for physical confrontation. But Per Mertesacker succeeded by doing the opposite. He controlled the game with an almost eerie, calculated stillness. Standing at 6'6", his physical presence was undeniable. In London, fans affectionately called him the BFG, while in Germany, his clinical style earned him the nickname Mr. Clean. Unlike aggressive peers, Mertesacker completed his first 31 matches without a single yellow card, averaging less than 1 foul per game. At Arsenal, this robotic efficiency extended to his distribution, completing 91.5% of his passes. But in 2018, he admitted the truth. Before nearly every one of his 500 professional matches, he suffered from anxiety so intense that it induced debilitating nausea. His error-free public persona was a mask. We are left with the question of what it physically and mentally cost him to maintain that illusion for 15 years. As a youth player, Mertesacker didn't actually plan on a career in football. He focused on education and performed civilian service at a center for handicapped people in Hannover. His professional debut for Hannover 96 in 2003 was so poor he was substituted at halftime. The experience was so jarring that he briefly considered leaving the sport entirely. He faced a difficult physical reality. In a game becoming faster and more explosive, he was significantly slower than the attackers he had to stop. To survive, he replaced speed with extreme cognitive processing, reading the pitch seconds ahead of time to stifle attacks. But this adaptation created a psychological trap. Relying on anticipation forced his brain into a constant state of hyper-arousal, calculating every movement without instinctive rest. He chose to play with his mind instead of his feet. This forced him into a state of non-stop mental labor, an environment where his severe performance anxiety could thrive because he never felt safe enough to rely on raw instinct. The 2014 World Cup took that pressure to its limit. For the German national team, anything less than a trophy was considered a failure. After a grueling win over Algeria, Mertesacker gave a famously blunt interview. Visibly drained, he snapped at a reporter, telling him he was going to lie down in an ice bath for 3 days. The clip became an instant viral meme, mocked for its apparent pettiness. This uncharacteristic outburst was the visible breaking point of a decade of repressed pressure. The container simply could not hold the weight of those expectations. He reached the end of that tournament as a world champion, standing on the podium with the gold trophy in hand, while still carrying that immense psychological burden. His experience proves that external success doesn't act as a shield against internal struggle. Winning the World Cup didn't resolve the anxiety that had pushed him to achieve it. During his final years at Arsenal, injuries began to take their toll. He was used sparingly in his final 2 seasons before retiring in 2018. Shortly after his final game, he gave a bombshell interview to Der Spiegel. He spoke of his profound relief at escaping the sport, describing the constant performance expectations as inhumane pressure. The reaction was split. Some traditionalists criticized him for breaking the code of the stoic professional, but many of his peers and sports psychologists praised him for challenging the idea that athletes have to be perfect. The weight of his words was reinforced by a tragedy from his past. His former teammate and friend, Robert Enke, had taken his own life years earlier, a stark reminder of what happens when mental health is ignored in elite sports. Today, Mertesacker manages the Arsenal Academy and runs a foundation supporting marginalized children and refugees. He uses his platform to address the symptoms of trauma and the realities of mental health. While he retired as a world champion with a reputation for error-free defending, Mertesacker's most significant legacy is his decision to dismantle the myth of the perfect athlete. He chose to be honest about his struggle, helping to build a safer reality for the next generation of players.